because right now people understanding that everything is aligning, so consciousness is raising. But Jesus said this day would happen. Jesus said on the last days, people will start floating up to the heavens out of nowhere. That's consciousness raising, right? But people don't understand this, right? See, people don't understand. They tried to hide everything, but they left it in. But we figured out what it mean. Yeah, ain't no body's gonna be floating up in heaven, nigga. It's consciousness, nigga. Everybody gonna raise up. I was just a dumb nigga. I don't read. Nigga, I still don't read. I still can't read. And when I do read, I all the words, right? I'm just keeping it real. So knowledge was never in a book, right? Information was never in my brain. It was outside of it, right? And once you understood that, you understood everything, right? Because I'm just having experience in this body. This body make me weaker. The true power is outside it. But inside it, it's kind of like different, right? It's kind of like the same, right? Because out is in is out, right? Because people don't understand this. If you try to, a lot of people like to do math. I see all these numbers, but reason why you got all these numbers and all them different figures because you can't figure the universe out with math. You can't figure out nothing with math.
No, that's sacred geometry,
but
though.
You can't figure out.
There's a reason you got five fingers.
Let me tell you why. Because it's hard to figure out a creation with a creation from a creation. Right? Because listen, we created things trying to figure out the mind of the creator. But I'm going to tell you why we see blackness, why that is covered in blackness. But we going to understand this right now today. Only reason why you see blackness is this reason why. It's not blackness. It's no such thing as dark energy, but you can't see it because the moment you try to see it, your eyes try to see it, it blinds you. So all you see is darkness, but the whole time there's something really there, right? Because you got to understand this place, it duplicated the light. Right? So you can see here, you can't see there, right? And that's why everybody don't understand that dark space, that's the only thing that's infinite, right? But we are finite beings with infinite possibilities, right? Because we have infinite space to roam in, but they all circles inside of circles, but they all got the same points, right? So I'm just saying that this is the truth. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that only thing this won't give us is the code to the dark, right?
Facts.
And the code to the dark, right? We, for as me and you, we understand it. And that's why we can create this, right? And that's why we created this, right? And that's why they stole this. They know exactly how we built the pyramids, but they can't tell us because it's against national security. They know exactly how we did everything. But why would they tell us? They can't, right? Because they tell us, they're like, oh, goddamn, we don't need you, right? They don't understand that. Them are our runaway kids. Right? They all runaway kids. They mad at us, right? They mad at us, right? But they can come home now because we understand and we're going to give them the love. But all they got to do is understand that this earth doesn't belong to them, right? They turned it into a prison planet, right? But it wasn't designed to be a prison planet. It was designed to be a place where the souls can learn and grow, right? But, you know, it is what it is now.
I love that. Hey, I love bro already. When I was talking about this a prison planet, niggas don't understand that shit.
Right.
So with that being said, and let me say, I didn't get to introduce my one of my co-hosts here, man. Go by the name of Super Dave, man.
I love him.
He the one that
How you doing?
introduced when we came in the door.
Nah, that's already my brother. Me and Unc, I don't know what it is. As soon as we shook hands, there was some there was like a sonic boom, like somebody that you like knew, but it's weird. It's weird. You know what I'm saying? It's weird.
That's just divine intervention.
I keep
it's
telling you.
divine. It ain't nothing weird about it. It's divine, dog. It's all numerology.
Right. Let there be light.
That part.
But listen, but the moment it was said, let it be light, light was already invented because the thought of light created light. Right? Yeah, you have to see the light. All I had to do was think the light. And the light then was created. So what I'm saying is I already know him. Facts. Right? I'm just trying to keep it real, right? Because we thought it, but a lot of people understand it. The power's in the mind. But I love your co-host. I met him. He let me in. I had the sage burning. A lot of times when I come in places burning the sage, I always burn it when I get outside. But when I come in, they go, oh man, take that outside. So I'm just so used to
that
it.
was a sage. That what's the name? That was sage right there.
Yeah,
You talking about that incense?
Right.
I explained to him that he was home when he came here. Don't worry about that. Everything
You at home,
manifests,
brother.
I feel it, and I love it here, right?
You was manifested to be here.
Yeah, gotta be, because I'm here. Only way I can get here. I tell people all the time, I say, listen, if a person walk up to me and recognize me, because I have a mask on, I have everything covered, recognize me, I say, that person supposed to see me, right? Because like that's what it's supposed to be. Because we all are manifesting different realities, even though we all live in different universes all at the same time. Of course, you can invite me over to your world because we share the same world, right? We got the same vision.
Facts.
Why can't you invite me over? We neighbors. We're the same.
I
Right.
meditate. Every time I pray in the morning, I meditate the guests that I want on here.
Yeah.
You want the top people, I meditate every morning on.
Walk right in, right? And listen, I didn't walk right in because an accident, right? Because there's no such thing as accidents.
No such
It
thing.
was strictly by design. Everything is by design, but we act like they accidents. But if we remember how to do it, we can repeat these accidents that we love so much.
Now, there's a question.
Hold on, wait. Hold on, Super Dave. Hold on. Hold on, champ. Listen, you said about the prison planet.
Oh, yeah,
So how do you feel about the firmament? How you feel about the escaping the firmament or being locked inside the firmament? What's your science on that?
There you go, my thing, right? And we're gonna understand this, and I'm gonna try to explain this the best way I can for everybody that's watching, right? If I want to go from here to the moon, I can do that with the speed of light. But the speed of light is the fastest speed that we know, right? We don't know a speed faster than that. And then they're gonna get us out of here. Let me tell you how I know. Because if you want to go from the moon, set up as a base, and travel to other planets, you only can go so far. Because it takes millions and millions and millions of years to get further or more speed. So once you get to some place, it's gonna be just going and going forever. It's like in a track. It's like the end of the simulation, but it's actually not, right? So what I'm saying is the only way to get out is in, because you got to travel through space and time with your mind, right? It's one thing about the physical body, but they understand it locks you here, right? But you got two bodies. You got an astral body. You got to use it, right? That's the only way out, and they understood that, and they understand that now, right? Because everything is in a circle, right? And one thing about the circle is just keep on going in the circle. So why can't you go in a circle? I can go anywhere in a circle. Because time and everything that we know is all covered in the circle. So time doesn't exist. It's just a circle, right? And we stuck inside the circle. But
It's a cycle.
yeah,
Everything moves in a cycle.
Yeah,
The
all the
winds,
same.
everything moves in a cycle. The
Yeah.
earth, everything, spirits, a cycle.
Yeah, and we knew this, right? And then they want to make us believe that everything is in a straight line. That's what they want us to
Nothing's
believe.
linear.
Nothing is, but they want us to believe that, right? And they tricked us to believe that, and that's the reason why everybody's mind is in a straight line.
Light waves, sound waves,
Yeah.
everything oscillate, frequencies.
Yeah. We was born in a sine wave, and they told us we was born in sin, right? So it's like kind of a little different, right? Because you got a lot of people that's watching this. They mind have been took over. They mind have been taken over with the blood of Jesus, the blood of Christ. How could you go against God? The only reason they defeated us, right? They didn't defeat us through muscle. They defeated us with God, right? They made us believe that we touched them and hurt them, we got to go to hell when we die, right? How did they make us believe that? Why did we believe that? Who's the first person that passed that over to their kids? Who did it first? That's what we should talk about. Like, everybody want to talk about the white man and slavery, but who the first nigga that passed it on to their kids and know the goddamn well it was a lie? Who did that first, right? But they want to blame it on the white man, right? But the first nigga that didn't take death first, he did that. Listen, slavery was kind of like a choice, but it wasn't. Everybody should have chose to die. They would have got tired of killing niggas, and it would have been good. But niggas ain't stand up. Niggas ain't have no heart, because niggas was scared of God in the sky. Strike me down then. Yeah, that up there. He a punk. That's why he invisible, right? He can't get down here. He can't come down here. That's how you know he ain't coming Jesus, because he's scared to come down here. He'll never come down here because he can't face the real God. He won't face me. Listen, everybody been praying to this their whole life. He never came down. He never came down, right? Because consciousness ain't coming down here. You got to want it, right? You got to reach for it, right? And once you reach for it, you're stronger than him. But they didn't listen to the book of Enoch. And the book of Enoch proved it. With him and the God of this world.
And him who you referring to is him.
The book of Enoch. With him, the God of this world. Abraxas, he got many names. Call him what you want to call him. I can say so many names, it's ridiculous. But who believe in the name? Because the name keep changing. Listen, every time I went to a hood and I want somebody to believe I was somebody else, I just changed my name. Right? So listen, you can't trick me with all these names. I know it's just one. You can't trick me. Right? You can't trick me and make me look through all these names and try to figure out who is this, who is this, who is this. It was all the same. It's only been one energy that been doing all of this. Right? And that's why, if they say the Bible was true And what Jesus said was true. Jesus can call the spirits out by name. How and why? Right? So that kind of showed that everything that we see, that we know, is kind of false. Everything. But the only way to unlearn is to let it go. Right? You gotta understand, look, I gotta unlearn this. Right? And that's what I think people should look at more, because no matter how much you pray to Jesus, you can do it. Jesus on the main line. Tell them what you want. Jesus on the main line. Tell them what you want. Jesus ain't picked up the phone yet. Right? Because in the hood been singing that for years. Right? He ain't picked up yet. Listen, people don't understand this, right? People don't understand Jesus gave you the way. Why the fuck I would pick up my phone when I told you the way? The kingdom of heaven is within. Nigga, look within. So I'm pick up my phone when you already know the way. That's why I got tired of it. I tell them all the time. I tell my significant other before I leave the house, don't call me for you know already here. When I'm gone, I'm gone. Right? And that's how Jesus feels. When I'm gone, I'm gone. When I leave, something else will come. What came? Consciousness. So Jesus never left.
Christ consciousness.
Yeah, of course. Of course. When I leave, something else will come. Right?
Now listen. You're a brilliant mind.
No.
But I know before you got to this point, you know what I mean, you was dealing with the flesh. You was living through the flesh,
Smoking
right?
that crack. That good old crack. That crack rock. Baking soda. Right? Pipes. Felt good. Oh, relapse. Crack. Don't talk about no crack. No, I was just regular. But I'm still regular. Right? Nothing changed. Still the same. Because I'm a prophet. But you got to be a crackhead first.
With that being said, now, you deal with the music. Because we're going to get back to this consciousness, but I want to get into, like, let's talk about your origins with the music.
All the music.
Before you started with the drugs and all that. When you even got into crack.
Listen, I'm going to say this. You said music first.
All
We'll
right,
talk
go
about
ahead.
crack later,
Yeah.
'cause give me a relapse. But with the music, no, I'm keeping it real. It ain't funny. Listen. That press. I swear to God, my mama. Oh, shit. That pressure. Give me 1 minute. I had to come back from the cosmos. Listen. Yeah, I'm from St. Louis, right? And St. Louis had a thing. All of the music was took over. It was took over by different people that wanted everybody to sound like them because they was trying to play good for the industry. They weren't trying to be authentic. St. Louis had a different sound, but the industry had a different sound. So at a time, St. Louis was trying to mimic the industry sound, but the street artists, the artists that's really putting in the work, we really didn't like it because they was taking artists from other states, like Nelly, who's from Texas, and putting them in St. Louis and putting them out. Nigga, you not from St. Louis. But no artist from St. Louis have yet to see mainstream and survive in it besides Sexy Red. That's the truth.